And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OST. And I apologize for some of the downtime, but everyone was getting ready. Everyone was setting up as we have returned with the Cheeseadelphia 2025 playoffs. We are done with the group stage. We just wrapped up with the tiebreaker match, and now we are here with the quarterfinals of this tournament. And there is a stage. You can't really actually hold on. You can't really see it, unfortunately. I did ask if we can try to rotate the monitor and rotate the webcam to try to look at the stage, but there's a stage on the right hand side with a bunch of monitors, and I believe all the top 8 players are on that stage. They're all competing, they're all playing. They just need some time to set up, to get their peripherals and get their settings sorted before we jump into our initial best of 5. Let's go. Now, if you want to tune into Dolan versus Epic, that is going to be covered by Dave Testa over on his channel. He's going to be covering that series, that best of 5 quarterfinals match. Meanwhile, we have our own spawning in the right hand corner of ley lines. We have the American Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Matcherino Esports. It is Future. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Teal Zerg player, also representing Matcherino Esports as they are teammates. It is Starkiller. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our initial best of 5. I believe the format is going to be best of 5 quarterfinals, best of 5 semis, and best of 7 grand finals, but I'll get confirmation on that as we progress through the tournament, through the brackets. Let's go. Let us go. I believe all the round of 8 matches are happening at the same time. Depending on how fast or how slow our series is, we might be able to catch another series as well. We might be able to jump into another one of the matches. For now, though, we're focusing on our initial ZBT as we do open up. Interesting. We do initially start with the extractor trick, going for the earlier hatchery into a spawning pool, delayed gases out of Starkiller. It's been a while. Again, shout out to Starkiller, shout out to Future as well for returning here. Starkiller, it's been so long since I've seen him compete. Starkiller, he used to be so active and so tenacious when it comes to signing up for tournaments. I do still recall he did earn, I think he earned like an OSC award for signing up and playing in the most tournaments. I think this was back in 2019. Pre-COVID, he was playing in everything. He was on that grind. Then since then, he did step away from the game. He took a bit of a break. He essentially retired, but recently did return, did resurface just to play casually. I think he was in the previous Cheeseadelphia, if I recall correctly, just playing here and there, competing, still, you know, at the top of the NAC, at least somewhat. And he has made it here to the top 8. He has made it back to the round of 8. Let's go. Now, coming into this, Future is going to be the favorite player. He is coming in as the number 2 seed of the tournament, but we'll see. We'll see how Starkiller does compare. See how he can compete. For the time being, again, did open up with a delayed gas. Behind this, we do have our initial opener out of Future. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild, nothing yet. Racks expand into the factory. The Reaper does arrive, but the Queen pops out just in time, and with that, we will defend. Again, thanks to the initial extractor trick, we're able to go for an earlier... Oh my god! We're able to go for an earlier queen. We skip out on Lings, and we are rushing into a lair. Okay, we are skipping Ling speed, rushing into lair instead. Checking the vision here of Future. What did he see? The Lings, a harass across the map. He did get eyes on the lair. Ooh, he knows. He knows, he is aware. I believe one SCV does not go down. Nice defense here out of Future. He's delayed, but he will continue that base, continue the CC, as he's hunting for the Overlord. Does find it. Does find the Overlord across the map. Reaper does poke back in, does get eyes on the Roach Warren as well. It's not hidden behind any of the mineral lines, so confirms the Warren, confirms the lair wasn't cancelled. And behind this, I'm curious where we get taken here. Starkiller from here, we can go into Roach Speed and go into Nidus play as well, depending on how many gases get taken. But for now, staying on 2 bases, claiming a 3rd. Okay, never mind. Does claim a 3rd, rushing into Roach Speed. Now we have the answer here to what the lair was for. So we are joining, saturating, taking extra gases. And Future back at home, he does respond with a 1-1-1. Safety bonk on the low ground, rushing into the tank early on as well. Understandable to make sure he is safe against any kind of Roach-based aggression. Vikings on the way to hunt down the Overlord and to make sure there's no night display. True. Remember, Future, he only has a piece of the puzzle. He didn't see that the Roach Warren was researching. For all he knows, I mean, it could be Nidus. So he's on patrol. He's on patrol looking for the Nidus. Making sure he's ready for whatever comes his way. does find the first Overlord. You can see him here patrolling, looking for another. Making sure he's safe. Making sure he's secure. Now going for a delayed third TC after the starport. Just very safe play here by Future. Heading into Stim. I believe only got the one tank. And Starkiller back at home has been droning. Like, he did make a handful of roaches, but I'm sure part of this is also because he knows he got scattered, right? He knows that Future, he has seen almost everything. Does make a handful of roaches here. And Future does confirm the third. So he's aware there's no 2-base all in. He hasn't seen whether or not there's saturation. True, so incomplete information here for Future. As he does see the drones. Yeah, does see the transfer. Does see the transfer. So he's aware that the base is being saturated, and he should be feeling pretty safe. Should be feeling safe. Going back in. Oh. Liberator into the main. Viking snipes an Overlord. Supply blocking Starkiller. So far, it's all over him. Catching out some of the larvae. Going for the eggs. No major pickoffs yet, but again, he's just confirming, just keeping Starkiller back at home. Confirming extra gases. Starkiller rushing to the infestation pits. Oh, Future getting a little bit greedy here. Not quite worth it. Will lose the Liberator, but does confirm full saturation as well. So maybe losing some units here and there, but he does scout. And with this, he should know that he's safe and sound to expand. Getting to his 5-rack setup. Tanks are on the way, Stim as well. And Starkiller, I'm curious to see if he does plan on going into Ultra Tech from here. Has been quite trendy to open up Roach and to head into Ultras. I mean, hey, we saw quite a lot of it at DreamHack Dallas, for example. Here, Hive is morphing in. So rushing into the Hive, skipping range upgrades. Going into melee. So it does seem like the Roaches are merely just a stepping stone here for Starkiller. I say that does make extra Roaches. Okay. Just to be safe, I would assume. So he's building up his Roaches. Hive is more than halfway done. But now we're still just building up. Future is not fully aware as to the tech. He saw the droning, he saw the saturation, but for all he knows, I mean, his opponent could be maxing out on Roach Ravager. He hasn't seen the Hive or the infestation pit. Meanwhile, safety infestors on the way. Hive is now done. We're expecting an Ultra Cavern. We'll keep it there. There it is. Ultra Cavern's on the way. And again, Future is still not fully aware. So just building up back at home. We have safety missile turrets as well. This is in case there are tunneling claw roaches to make sure that they don't slip by. Likewise, very nice SimCity with these deepers. Jesus. To deny any service area. Like, just a very secure position here for Future. And now he moves out. He finally does push. And what do we have to defend? So far, 21 roaches. And the 2 infestors as well. Does over. We'll see if he can deny the 4th. Starkiller so far keeping up. Oh. Does force a pick up. Infestors are revealed. We're going further in. Oh. The Jukes. Oh, let's go. We got Castor Park. I haven't actually... I don't think I've seen too many pro players use Castor Park. Let's go. I think Miguelito. I think he's the only other player that I recall. But Future does rally across the map. The Roach is out of position. Against Starkiller, he went all the way into the main. Yeah, he's not ready for this in the base. It's going to go down. Yeah, the drop did distract. But I believe Future still did not see the main. Oh, no, never mind. So you guys on the Hive. From here, stimming on forward. Ultras are just now popping out. And how good are the Fungals going to be? Starkiller getting ready for the surround. Yeah, League's ultras, they pop in from behind. They get on top of the tanks. Very nice around here. Taking down 3 tanks. 3 tanks go down. There's 2 left. Fungal, ooh, not on the bio. Okay, not on the Marines. Future, he does hold his ground. Pushing forward, takes down the 3rd expansion as well. There was potential with the surround, but just barely not enough. Again, the Fungal was lackluster. Ultras didn't break through. Do we have another Fungal? The answer is no. No Infestors. No Infestors, no Fungal. Kindness plating is not done. The Ultras are so fragile. Just not finishing, but there are just so many Marauders regardless. And they overwhelm. They overwhelm. They take down the Ultras, the Roaches, the Lings, the everything. GG gets called, and Future, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, there was potential. I love the surround the Starkiller had set up, but he just didn't really have enough flanking the army. The Ultras, they weren't able to bust in. They weren't able to close that distance. At least most of them weren't. And with that Future, he was able to shut that army down. It was also unfortunate that, if you recall, that did hit before Kindness Plating. Kindness Plating finished up seconds later after the surround. So it was almost an anti-timing out of Starkiller. I don't blame him for committing to it just because he timed it with the Ultra hatching from the eggs. So he just had to go for it then and there. But again, it did hit before Kindness Plating, before his upgrades, and with that, yeah, the army was overwhelmed. GG. GG, well played. Likewise, also unfortunate that he wasn't able to catch the bio army with his Fungal. If he was able to, then maybe he committed a little bit. Maybe he would have committed a little bit harder to collapse on the army. Regardless, GG. With that, our Terran player takes the lead. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of torches, we have the American Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Match Arena Esports, leading the series 1-0. It is Future. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the American Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Match Arena Esports. It is Starkiller. Here we go. See someone in the chat, are there supposed to be Banes with those roaches? Specifically the build that Starkiller was going for you're meant to preserve your gas, skip banelings to be able to afford the Ultras, right? That's why there was a hive, that's why there were Ultras on the way and Kindness Plating. Like, the goal there is to cut corners and to rush into Ultra Tech. As we pointed out, it's like, unfortunately, he did hit a little bit too soon, right? Sure, the Ultras popped out, but again, the upgrades weren't quite ready in time for the fight. It wasn't quite lined up. And it is of course a risk to take, right? To cut those corners, to skip banelings, to rush into Ultras in such a way. If Future was any more passive, if he had waited any longer, then Starkiller would have gone away with it. And then the game would have progressed, right? He would have had map control, would have had all those Ultras, he had 6 Ultras, would have had Kindness Plating, and he would have forced Future back and forced out some Ghosts, for example. So really crisp timing there by Future. Did break through. And with that, we do have a very different opener. Earlier, we did have a extraction trick. We had a earlier hatchery, earlier spawning pool. Here, gas first. Here, we have our gas pool into a very early roach warren. This time, an earlier roach push. Let's go. So Starkiller is going to be the aggressor this time. We go. As Roach One is done. A little bit supply blocked here, but Roaches that will soon pop out. Likewise, things they do try to slip across the map. They go for the CC. Future did go Marine first. No Reaper. So the CC is going to be delayed. And my concern here, no SCV Scout, no SCV Scout, no Reaper Scout as we're going Marine first, which means we see nothing. Now Future, he's aware of the pool first. Now he's aware of the early links, he's aware of the early spawning pool. But he doesn't know how aggressive, how committed this is. Again, it was a gas first. Future behind this, going to a zone 3x setup. No safety bunker. He doesn't know he needs one. And this is the scout. He's just now scouting with his Marine. So a late scout by Future. And he runs into the roaches. He knows. Now he knows. He has seconds to prepare. Back at home, he has to evacuate the low ground. We need a bunker on the high ground as well. Bunker's on the way. And will it finish in time? He needs that bunker. Ideally, the Future also wants Starkiller to waste time on the low ground as well. While he builds up that bunker. Yeah, Roaches, they nibble away at the CC. This is fine. Stim is on the way. Massing on more Marines. And even catching out the Overlord, denying high ground vision. And Future's holding. Yeah, Future, he does hold. I say that Starkiller, he's all in. Not joining. No drones, no saturation. Starkiller is flooding links across the map. Link speed is on the way. Starkiller is all in. And what's important, he's not revealing it, right? He's keeping links across the map. He's not showing his hand. The bunker gets cancelled. Uh-oh. Future, he cancels the bunker. Overconfidence. Oh, what is it? Does he catch the Roaches? Starkiller coming in. Link speed is not done. He needs 10 more seconds. Yeah, needs more time. Ravager goes down. Roach as well. Massive pickoff. So Link speed still not done. Yeah, still seconds away. Nice kiting here from Future. He trades well. Picks off all the Lings. And now going for the Roaches. Wow, now going for... Who needs bunkers? Who needs bunkers, papi? Ay, ay, ay. Oh. Yeah, as Future, he shuts down the all-in, he shuts down the army. There's what, 2 Ravagers left, a couple of Lings. Unfortunately, Starkiller just got caught out. He got caught out before Link speed finished, before he could reinforce. Just at the wrong moment. He saw all-in, by the way, still flooding across the map. Now he starts droning, but these drones are so delayed. And Future just auto steps in. Cleans up all the Lings. Very efficient trades here from Future. And Starkiller, he's in trouble here. He's in a lot of danger. He's falling behind. He has a lot of droning to do. He's down to 21 workers, down 9 workers, plus mules on top of that. So Future, he is ahead economically. Oh, we just pulled up. Yeah, why not? We just pulled up, boys. I mean, Future's ahead. He knows that he's... Oh, no, I think he catches the Overlord as well. Massive supply block. Starkiller, he can't make anything. Oh, no. Brutal supply block. And it's all or nothing. And Future, he knows how ahead he is. May as well just go for the kill. We spoke about this in the Future versus Geralt series, where after he took a lead against Geralt, what did he do? Went for a 2-base all-in. He just pulled the boys. He just pulled the boys against Geralt. And here, same can be said against Starkiller. He knows he has a lead, so he just goes for the kill. Takes down the Queen, pushing into the main. Starkiller just now breaking out of his supply. Oh no, the more Overlord's going to be going down. SCVs, they get a little bit ahead of themselves. Boys are being pulled. Nice target firing there out of Future. Does work on the Queen and the Ravager. 3 Roaches left, and this is game-ending damage. Does start to step in. GG gets called, and Future, he will take a 2-0 lead. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, similar story here as well, where Starkiller, I mean, I want to say that things were looking pretty decent for Starkiller. Remember, there was no scouting for Future. Limited scouting, late responses as well. He had no idea what exactly was happening. But unfortunately, as Starkiller was hiding and banking Lings in the center of the map, he was waiting for Link speed. He was waiting for Link speed to finish. Before Link speed finished, that's when Future broke out. That's when he broke out. He was able to catch out the Roach Ravager before Link speed could really impact the game, before he could reinforce with the Zerglings. And just before that happened, he lost almost everything. He lost the Ravagers, the Roaches, and that was game. That was game then and there. Starkiller caught with his pants down, baby. Caught with his pants down. And with that, Future takes a 2-0 lead and is 1 game away from claiming the series. Let's go. Let us go. As we are getting into game number 3. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have our American Terran player, the Red Terran representing Matcherino Esports, leading the series 2-0 and 1 game away from claiming the series and advancing onto the semifinals. It is a Future. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Zerg player, the Teal Zerg representing Matcherino Esports, as well as their teammates. It is Starkiller. The Alpha X boys. Hello, drone. Let's go. Yo, I appreciate it here. You know, there are some arguments to be made that maybe we haven't seen enough cheese here for Cheeseadelphia of all events. I mean, hey, we had a cannon rush earlier into Proxy Tempest. Here we have a Proxy Hatchery, and again, non-stop. I want to say almost non-stop cheese from Starkiller. Game 1 is more of a standard build, right? Game 1 was more of a standard build. going into a roach base opener, into ultras. Here though, game 2 or game 3, he's an animal. Let's go. Going for the proxy hatch here at the natural. Future currently unaware, bearing in mind that last game Future did skip his SCV scout, he skipped his Reaper as well, but here he will come across this. So hatchery into spawning pool. As Future, he still does not check the low ground. He's once again going Marine first. CC on the high ground. Yo, Future? Yeah, wow. the reads, I mean, again, Starkiller, he's known for being hyper cheesy, hyper aggressive. I believe, yeah, before even seeing what was going on, CC on the high ground. Marine does move down. Now remember this, again, no SCV scout, no Reaper scout, so Future doesn't really know what's behind this. He doesn't know if there's a roach all in, like a link flood. Not fully aware what's going on. So he does fully wall up. Hatchery will complete. Queens are on the way. With all these queens, we can spread creep and we can deny the natural even further. The goal would be to contain Future on one base for as long as possible. While Starkiller drones. From here, he just drones. He just drones, he just saturates. Drones up as hard as he can. And we'll see for how long he's able to delay Future. As Future's getting a safety bunker. Safety bunker on the high ground. Ooh, Starkiller, he accidentally had this hatchery hotkeyed with the rest. So he was droning and he accidentally made drones here. So he has to cancel. There's the creep. There are the tumors. Again, ideally, every tumor will force out a scan, which is one less mule that Future will have, assuming that Future just doesn't open up Raven, which is possible. You know, a 3-minute layer, very fast layer here out of Starkiller. Do we go from proxy hatch into 2-base muta? That would make sense in my mind if we were to take gases here and go into Aspire. I feel like that may be an option, but we'll see. The base is getting low. Never mind, Roach Horn. Never mind. Going into Roach play. Hatchery goes down. There's the add-on swap into Hellion production. See Starkiller trying to spread that creep, but we'll get caught out. Active tumor gets caught. So far, only 2 gases. Lair is done, and based on the lack of tech, it looks like just roaches into roach speed. There's the first scan. Ooh, the first scan does catch 3 tumors. There's 1 active tumor left. Banshee on the way. Now we can expand. Oh, catching another tumor. He might not even need to scan. He could even just target his own Hellion here. Or target his own Cyclone. Ooh, as we're going for a Hellbat push. Yeah, we're committing hard. There's a skin. Again, Hellions are a mass. Oh, we just send it. It's so rare to see a player so willing to pull the boys against Zerg, but Future, he's the one. He's the one back. Let's go. He doesn't care. It's like, why did these other Terrans pull the boys against Zerg? Like, what's going on? Just send it back. They're going to be here to repair, of course, as well. They can help repair the Hellbats. Speaking of, the armory is done. The Hellbats amorph in. And what do we have to defend? We have 2 queens, a handful of roaches. I say handful, that's a decent amount of roaches. 12 roaches. And can they hold on? Mash repair on the Banshee. Oh my god, the repairs are crazy. The repairs are insane. The Banshee refuses to go down. And detection is no longer a factor. Oh, there's a spore coming in. We ignore the spore. We go straight for the roaches. 12 SCV is going to be going down, and it looks like we have thrown away too much here. Starkiller with the 12 roaches. He does hold the line. He holds, he defends, and he counterattacks. And there's nothing at home. Future, he pulled all the boys. There's nothing left. Send it, Pappy. Send it. Make a series out of this. I mean, Banshees will eventually clean this up, but behind the Starkiller, he has an economy. He has an economy. boys, they did race back home. But the Roaches are here to knock down that front door. He's going in. Knocks down the depot. Busts into the main. And how many SCV kills? I mean, it's going to be too much already. Yeah, 6, 7 SCVs going to be going down. Future, he was not expecting this many Roaches. He was hoping there was some droning going on. Nah, by Starkiller. And GG gets called Starkiller. He does punish, and Starkiller, he will fight back. We have a series. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. We have a series. And a shout out to SC2 Fool in the chat. God, Bobby God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. Welcome, Senor Jaime Sausage, as we are in the quarterfinals of this year's of 2025's Cheeseadelphia. We're in the quarterfinals. We're in the top 8, and we have a series. Let's go. And can we force the ace match? Can we force the ace match? Again, I'm all for Future pulling the boys in that moment, of course, but as we saw, there were 12 Roaches waiting for him. Likewise, we saw that Starkiller was also willing to pull his own boys. He did pull his own drones in to tank, to buffer. And with that, was able to hold, able to defend, able to snowball, out of control. GG, and now we're jumping into Tokamak. I appreciate it, SC2 Fool. We appreciate it, Fabi. And here we go, spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tokamak. We have our American Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Mandarino Esports, leading the series 2-1. Still one game away from claiming the series and advancing on to the semi-finals. It is a Future. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Teal Zerg player, also representing Mandarino Esports. Does put a point on the board, and can he bring us to the ace match? One more game is all he needs to bring us that far. It is Starkiller. Let's go. As once again he moves out with the drone. Does move out with the drone, does move out for a hatch block. 2 games in a row. Now this is where the follow-up is different, right? This is where we could even go into Muta play. I was floating the idea of going into 2-base Spire and 2-base Muta earlier, and I feel like maybe Future assumed that was happening as well, bearing in mind he had no idea what he was pulling into, right? Like, he didn't know if it was Roaches or Banelings or droning or Muta play. He was unaware. It's possible he also assumed it was going to be Mutas. If Future wins a series, I'll ask him, okay? I'll remind me, but if he wins, I'll ask him what his thought process was as to why he did pull the boys and what he thought specifically what Starkiller was doing. My assumption is he thought it was going to be 2-base Muta, but we'll see. Only if he wins, of course. Like, we won't. If a player loses the series, I'm not gonna message them. We'll see. As we have Starkiller going for his own hatchery back at home as well. Again, this is just a block, just a delay. Queen is on the way once again to spread creep, to delay the expansion. Meanwhile, Future going for a much more aggressive response here. This time no Hellions, this time no Banshee. He's going for a 3 racks. Oh boy. Did I say 3 racks? My apologies. Going for a 4 racks Mass Marine stim timing. Aye, that's a lot of Marines, Papi. That's a lot of bio. That's gonna hit quite hard. It's gonna hit very hard. Again, Future, he figured it out. He's like, you know what? Hellbats, they do great against Lings and against drones, but if he's gonna go Roaches again, Hellbats, I mean, what are they gonna do? They tickle Roaches. This time we commit with Stim. We commit with Mass Marine. So this is designed to be a better response, a better reaction, a better aggressive follow-up here against a Roach-based composition. More so than the Hellbats. But meanwhile, the active tumor is gonna go down. The boys are pulled. Queen takes down 1 Marine, just the 1. And no tumors. Wow, 0 tumors here for Starkiller. Which means he won't force out any scans, right? Like, there are going to be no scans here, which means now Future can mule. So this is a cleaner defense out of Future. I mean, he had to pull the boys, true, and he lost one? No, didn't lose anything. Jesus. Just lost mine time. Back at home, going to the lair, going into the roaches once again. Looks like the same follow-up, which is exactly what Future wants. Exactly what he wants. As he is waiting for that creature to seed. For that creep. Best gases are being taken. Stim is halfway done, and soon we will pull the trigger. There's Roach speed, there's Roach production once again. As we mentioned, this is the same follow-up out of Starkiller. Now Starkiller, he should have taken note of the mass amount of Marines, that it was more than usual, more than normal. And here we go, we pull the boys. Again, almost a repeat of last game, almost deja vu, but again, this is designed to hunt down these roaches. He's sending it. Let's go. The boys are being pulled. Stim will finish up in a couple of seconds, just in time for the push. So we go 12 seconds away. Link Scout does confirm. Starkiller getting a third base. Massing on more roaches. How many roaches do you have? 7, soon to be 10. 2 less than last game. So 10 roaches. Alongside 2 queens. Potentially 3. We can bring down the queen from the high ground. Marines have arrived. We're holding on to that Stim. And there it is. It does Stim in. Starts with forwards. It gets 1, it gets 2, it gets 3 roaches already. Yeah, the roaches, they just melt. They just melt against this army. And with that, it is a hard counter. He hard counters this time. This is how the last game should have gone. Stims in, takes down all the roaches, takes down the queens. And with that, Future, he has done it. He's like, this is how the last game should have gone, baby. Aye, aye, aye. I mean, the army is stimmed. He doesn't have any medevacs, but there's nothing to stop him. There's no army. I say that we're building up a couple of roaches, and we can pull the boys. Yeah, there we go. The boys are being pulled. He does have 7 roaches to work with. Down to 6, down to 5. Oh god, oh god. Down to 4, 3, 2, 1. GG, well played. Good luck, and Future will take the series 3-1, advancing on to the semifinals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Future, he did adjust to Starkiller. This time, instead of going for the Hellbat push, he just doubled down, going up to 4 Raxes, working towards that Sim timing instead. And unfortunately, Starkiller, he just had nothing, or he did not have enough to hold against that. Roaches are so much more fragile against that. He pulled his own boys as well, but alas, didn't have the numbers, could not defend, was shut down. Again, I would say almost a hard counter there from Future. GG. GG, well played. I mean, again, he was assuming there was going to be roaches again. Like, he had made that assumption. And did gamble a little bit there. Did gamble correctly. GG, well played. Oh, yo, we got the camera moved. Let's go. But GG, well played. Future, he does claim the series. He does advance on into those semis. Congratulations. Congratulations. My condolences to Starkiller, but at least he was able to make a series out of it, for sure. Was able to make a series. And we can all have a look together here. And there it is. We just missed out on the back of Geralt's head. But we do have the stage. You can see, I think Future, Future and Starkiller, I think they're conversing, discussing the game. And I believe Dolan and his opponents are still competing. Dolan and Epic. They're currently on Dave's stream. Currently on stage. We have the stage cam. We were not left behind. Meanwhile, we just got another update as well. Oh my god, Pili, he fast series, he 3-0'd Jehefe before our series even finished. So we have Pili taking down Jehefe. We have Future taking down Starkiller. Looks like Geralt and Full Heart are still mid-series, it looks like. And we have Dolan versus Epic currently ongoing as well, on the main stream. Again, that series is over on Dave's stream. And they're currently in game 2. Oh. I mean, it's a TvT, but it looks like they've had longer games. So we can set up Dolan versus Epic.